They got an injunction finally, like months later, and the encampment was cleared. But the horrific unions, particularly CUPE, if you were forced into that union, it is my greatest sympathy that we do not have right to work legislation in this country and you have to be in a union as awful as CUPE. They put out the call. Oh, come support our activists as they're being righteously, my words, not theirs, evicted from their little, um, I don't know, Hitler's favela that they had on King's College Circle. Um, so they had a lot of people down there who weren't squatters. Squatters were clearing out, but the unions made this call to action. They came. So all of these people are spilled out onto the street. And we thought, you know what these people need? The truckening. So we showed up with our billboard truck. Those of you might recall it spurred some controversy over the last few weeks as the truck aired a third party ad showing. Okay, this is the ironic part here. We got in trouble because our truck showed a third party ad that showed pro Hamas demonstrators blocking the street. So we head down there with and the police doing nothing, I should add. So we head down there with the truck. And guess what? The pro Hamas protesters are blocking the street. We can't get the truck backed around. The police, once again, doing little to nothing. Surprised it didn't get a lot worse actually down there, but these guys are exhausting from camping so long, I guess. Anyway, let's roll the footage of our truck and our very brave driver down there. That's good. I showed you what I wanted to show you. We have this billboard truck showing the bad behavior of the pro Hamas crowd and how the liberals and officials take a light hand on them. And what happens when we show them that? They act poorly and the officials take a light hand on them. Like the guy tried to, two of them tried to break the window of the truck. And that's just what we saw from that camera angle. From what I understand, they were banging on the driver's side too. And look it, I hope that guy didn't hurt his ladylike wrists. What kind of grown man slaps at a truck window like this? I'm embarrassed for him. You can't form a fist and like hammer punch it. I'm not giving these people like the tools they need to punch in a truck window, but that like how is that your first like get out of here? Like it's just so embarrassing. am just don't be a stereotype of the kind of man I think exists on the left. It's not good for me. Challenge my ideas of the kind of man I think exists on the left, but being like, "Eh, get your truck out of here." It's bad. It's bad. And two of them did it. There was a second guy who was like slapping the truck window. Slapping the that's what you do? Like, don't touch our truck, by the way, with intent to cause it damage. Don't ever do that. But that's the best you could bring? Wow. Just wow. It's just sad. Just sad and embarrassing. Okay, do we have you know what? We've got lots of stuff to talk about today. So I was gonna say, do we have the video of David Menzies being attacked during that protest? I mean, you have to preface it when you say, "Do you have the video of David Menzies being attacked?" Okay, Sheila, which time during that event? If you could dig that up, I'd like to show that. Just once again, silence from the "oh my goodness, somebody sent me a mean tweet" journalists in the mainstream media. But let's show this one right now. Uh, it's the chaos of the disorderly evacuation of the Hitler favela that was down on the U of T campus. Toronto's Occupy for Palestine protesters flee campus before eviction. Show this one.
Is just to get them off the lawns or off the university property. I guess we're going to find out when 6 o'clock comes. But it looks like, for all intents and purposes, this is the last stand. They are clearly on the way out. And we're going to be here to find out what happens. I see a lovely Palestinian flag behind me. You know what? There's a huge gay pride flag down there. Let me ask this fellow. Hey, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, Jews against Israeli crimes. What's that about, sir?
Like you.
What's that?
Yeah. Those are good Jews, not like you, piece of
Oh, are you a Jew, sir?
Yeah, I'm Jew.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Okay,
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
All right, then. So can you articulate your point?
Articulate my point?
Yeah.
What's the point? So you're running around all the time, like making yourself like you're somebody. You're an idiot. You're a nobody.
In what way am I an idiot, sir?
In every way. In every way.
Okay.
Just a piece of
All right, then. Well, I'm not even Jewish.
Okay, so this is David being attacked by Hamas.
Thank you. All right. Can't tell the players about our program. All right. Efren, where do we go?
Long live Intifada! Long live Intifada! Viva, viva Intifada! Viva, viva Intifada! Viva, viva Palestina! 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 Viva, viva
I think that's good. So David Menzies is just a skeptical journalist of all these people, and I think a friend of Israel. He has been there multiple times. So have I. We've been to Sderot, the town that was ransacked by Hamas. We saw before the October 7th terror attack how the people in Sderot have to live. Every bus station is a bomb shelter. Like every bus stop is a bomb shelter. Because there's no time to get indoors if a rocket comes up from Gaza. I, with heartbreak, saw the farmers' fields burned by the arson balloons. So what they do is they send the balloon, and here's the thing: they're burning their own food. They're burning their own food. Where do you think the food in Gaza comes from? Israel. but they would rather starve their own citizens than have an Israeli farmer harvest his crops. They send up these balloons that are on fire, and there's nothing you can do because wherever you shoot them down, it starts a fire. Or if they land on their own, they start a fire. But either way, there's a fire and it destroys the fields because that region of Israel has a lot of greenhouses and crops. Now, you wouldn't know that because in Gaza, they've decided that we didn't need greenhouses and crops. We just needed terror. And so they dug up their own infrastructure necessary to feed their people and focused it on terrorism, even though the Israelis left behind greenhouses and farms when they pulled out. But my point is, that's David Menzies, who has given what he has seen with his own eyes in Israel, decided where he stands in this conflict. And he's not Jewish. He's just a journalist. Now imagine being a Jewish woman in this bloodthirsty mob. This is not Gaza. This isn't Cairo during the Arab Spring. This is Toronto. This is Toronto, Ontario, Canada, shouting at somebody for being pro-Israel. It's despicable. Despicable. And David is a journalist. He's not even Jewish. Imagine being Jewish.
It wasn't always like this. When did everything change?
We want freedom!
I have a valid court order here today to vacate everyone from the building.
Bye, Daddy.
I don't think anyone would call it a democracy.
An historic church in northern Alberta has been destroyed by fire.
Major shortage of that, and the cost of living has skyrocketed.
Shame on you!
Is anyone going to push back? There are rebels among us, strong and free, rejecting the new normal, unwilling to be silenced. So what is a rebel?
A journalist.
A farmer.
A hunter.
A father.
A mother, a student,
a real female athlete,
a patriot.
Bold, fearless, and unconventional. Rebels rise up.
Small fringe minority